this is just a little bit about me. Like, you know how, like, you write those notes to yourself from, like, preschool, and you're like, I wanted to be a doctor. I didn't want to be a doctor. I wanted to be the first ice cream woman. That isn't going to happen, because guess what? There are some of those. We're just not addressed as ice cream women. And I find that rude. Sexist. No, I'm over it. I'm okay. I'm going to be an occupational therapist, which means I'm going to be super legit and save people's lives. No, I'm not going to save people's lives. I'm going to help people, which is literally my ultimate goal. I just want to help people in general. That's it. Major goal. That's what I've mainly grew up with. Ooh, wow. I'm getting a little more in depth about myself than I planned. Literally what I planned was just to read you things that have inspired me. I can't tell you where it started. In the beginning, it was probably definitely Harry Potter. But it could be Narnia, it could be Star Wars too. When I was young, my sister, who's 3 years older than me, she started reading Harry Potter, and she had no one to talk to about Harry Potter, because she was, you know, it was before it was a big deal. It was just the first, the first book was published in 1996, which is, fantastic, by the way. So when she was able to read, she started reading that, and the first 2 movies were out, and we really liked those, and she wanted me to continue reading, because she wanted to continue reading, and she had no one to talk to about it. So at a very young age, I was reading Harry Potter, like a lunatic, and I was the one kid who would go to Barnes & Noble's for the book release of the 4th book at midnight, because I am a nerd. Here we go. Hold on a sec. Yep. I have my very own Fluffy. He has a trap door, too, that he sits on, and it hides my secrets. I'm a Hufflepuff. Side note. So, Harry Potter. Big part of who I am. Lord of the Rings. Easily. I always wear this every single day of my life. It's great when you get a compliment on, like, a fandom piece of merchandise, because you're just like, yes, I love it, too. We now have this bond that makes us friends. Anyway. Narnia for sure, because my mom read that to me when I was growing up. Star Wars for sure, because my dad made me watch all of them when we were growing up, which I regret none of. That was a fantastic idea. Congrats, Dad. Harry Potter because my sister. I also got into Doctor Who. Recently, Doctor Who. Not recently. A while ago. But, like, more recently than my childhood. I'm also really obsessed with Star Kid. Fantastic. They're fantastic people, all of them. Sherlock's great. Lost is fantastic. If you're not watching Lost because you think you know how it ends, you're wrong. I watched it, and I won't even, like, be able, I'd have to write, like an essay, like, papers upon papers about, like, the description of the ending, because it's so deep, it's so in-depth, it's such a beautiful thing. Please watch it. It's so great. Anyway, Lost is great. Superheroes are great. I'm a huge superhero enthusiast. I own, like, 5 capes. Because I'm a nerd. Yeah, no remorse, no regret. Remorse, regret? I guess those make sense in this situation. Whatever, I love it, basically. So don't judge! You can judge if you want, I really don't care. Batman, Teen Titans, DC and Marvel. Just, superheroes in general. I can't even go in depth. Star Trek. Fantastic. I'm gonna get really excited about all of these things, because, like, what am I gonna do? I don't know, they're fantastic. Avengers. Wait, no, they're a superhero thing too. But yeah, oh my god, they're doing so well. Those movies, goodness gracious, fantastic. Torchwood. That's a spin-off of Doctor Who. It's fantastic. Super, like, deep. I'm not gonna get into these. I can't. Okay. Hunger Games, Divergent. I read both of those before they were movies. What's the other one? Maze Runner. Read that when it was a book first too. I think personally, they're all pretty good as movies, but I always, like, you know, I like books. Because I'm a nerd. Not the kind of nerd that knows stuff. I'm like a straight C student. I'm working on it, okay? I really am. Artemis Fowl, great. Percy Jackson, great. I do like watching video games. I've never been able to get into them, because when we first got a game station, we only had 1-player games, so my older sister would always play and I would watch, and that'd be great, and I loved it, and it was great. That's why I do a lot of watching online now too, because it's just like how I grew up. And then, like, once I finally started, you know, having time and stuff, my youngest brother just snatched up the Xbox, and now I never get to play. So I've never, like, had an opportunity to. I would really like to be exposed to it, but there are a whole lot of other things that I'm trying to watch as well, like I'm trying to get into. I've been told not to watch The Walking Dead because super gory, and like I don't do gore too well. I'm gonna watch it anyway. Supernatural, gotta do. I mean, like, come on, like, you hear about Super Hulock all the time, and not a lot of people like those people, but you know what? I feel like I gotta. Game of Thrones, I'm reading right now. Fantastic. Right now I'm watching How I Met Your Mother, because just like I'm starting college. I'm a freshman. What do you want? And I'm trying to like get into the motion of things, and you know, it's a good like in between, you know, and it's great. I've heard the ending sucks, but it's great so far to me. I'm like halfway through. Dude, Avatar. Wow, that's fantastic. Korra I can respect for what it is. Yeah, it was good. That she was Avatar. But you know, like, Avatar, like, come on. A new following of mine that I've really invested a lot of myself in is Rooster Teeth. All of what they do, all of Achievement Hunter, Red vs. Blue, Ruby, that stuff really inspired me. Like, I feel like they have so many followers, and it's just so great, because, in all honesty, I get into these things, I get into these obsessions because just the people, the depth of who they are, just, you know, you're getting to know them. But with Rooster Teeth, it's real. They're real people who are doing these real things, and they're creating these things that, like, I don't know, I always wanted to do. I've always wanted to make a story. I've always wanted to be a big deal. I've always wanted people to appreciate my work, and these are real people who I can get to know through these videos. And it's like a book where I can get to know them, and they'll never know me, but they're real. They're here, like, living on this earth. Like, what's with that? That's kind of a big deal. It's really cool. And it's just the things that they can do and the stuff. It's incredible. It's a real inspiration to me, and I feel like that's another reason why I'm doing these videos. I don't think I'm gonna get too much recognition for this, but, you know, I gotta start somewhere. So, yeah. If you think of anything else, I'll tell you, but, that's pretty much the basis of, my total obsessions. Yeah. It's just these stories have, you know, taken me on so many adventures, and they've taught me a lot of stuff, and I said this before, but they did inspire me, you know? It's like another life, and I want to do that for someone else, because it meant so much to me, and it still does, and I'm still investing myself in Game of Thrones, and How I Met Your Mother, and Supernatural, and, like, all these other books that I still want to read. It's a lot. I'm kind of hoping that one day I'm just gonna, like, break my leg, so I'm stuck in a hospital bed, so I can just literally sit there and, like, read, which is a bad thing to want. I should not want that. I don't want to break my leg. That sounds like it's gonna hurt. But guess what? It would put me in a bed, so I could read and make progress with my obsessions, or maybe with my book. Get into that one later. But, you know, comment, be honest, be rude if you want, I don't care. You do you. And, I'll be me. Have a nice day. Yeah, that's it. Signing off.